Hello everyone, it's Scott here from AnimeBlurayUK, and today I'll be unboxing the UK Blu-ray release of Dragon Ball Z The Complete Series, which is being released into the UK via Crunchyroll on the 2nd of December 2024. So this is a complete series collection and contains all 9 seasons of the series in a single box. So first of all, let's start with the front of the box, and as you can see, there's some character artwork from the Frieza and Namek sagas of Dragon Ball Z, where we've got Piccolo, Krillin, Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku. And then just to the bottom of the front cover, we have the Dragon Ball Z logo and the BBFC logo. And this image kind of represents the first third of Dragon Ball Z. Moving on to the top of the box, we have what I believe is the insignia that Goku wears on the back of his outfit. And then on the bottom of the box, we have the Dragon Ball Z logo, as well as the BBFC age rating information, Toei logos, and Crunchyroll logo. Moving on to the spine of the box, we've got a silhouette of Shenron from, obviously the dragon that is summoned after using all 7 Dragon Balls, or all 7 Earth Dragon Balls at least. We have text saying Dragon Ball Z seasons 1 to 9 with episodes 1 to 291. Of course, that's all the episodes of Dragon Ball Z. And then on the back of the box, we've got some more character artwork, this time from the World Tournament Saga. So again, we have Piccolo, Goku, Adult Gohan, Vegeta, Goten, Trunks, 18, and Krillin. So it's kind of nice that the front of the box represents the early arcs, and then the back of the box represents the newer arcs. And then obviously, as you can see on the inside of the box, we have 9 individual Blu-ray cases, all of which are listed with Dragon Ball Z logo and listed season 1 to 9 with the episode information, BBFC rating logos, and then obviously Toei, Crunchyroll, and the Blu-ray information logo. So we've got quite a lot to talk about for this particular set, and as such I'm going to speed up the video a little bit. But to start off with, the actual box that the individual cases are in is not a rigid chipboard art box like those used for the limited editions. Instead, it's a thin cardboard styled box. Now, it does make it a bit easier to take the actual cases out, but it does mean that it is prone to get creased and damaged a lot more quicker than those art boxes, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess this is more of a budget re-release of the complete series of Dragon Ball Z rather than it being a premium collector's content. So let's take a closer look at each individual season. So first up, we have season 1, and as you can see, it features some really cool artwork of Piccolo, Goku against Raditz. And on the spine, we have the information where it says season 1 with the episode listings. And then on the back cover, we have Legends Never Die, a long synopsis of what's included inside this first season of Dragon Ball Z, as well as the bonus features being upcoming special feature sneak peek, textless opening and closing songs, and the US trailer for this season 1 release. And as you can see on the technical details, the 39 episodes across 4 discs in English, English US broadcast audio, and original Japanese. On the side, you'll notice that there is an episode listing on the inlay sleeve on the left-hand side, and then we have the actual Blu-ray discs that have the information listed with some really cool artwork featuring the 4-star Dragon Ball. The sleeve also mentions that the episodes are in widescreen, but we'll talk about that more later. Next up is season 2. This time we're on our way to Namek. So we've got Vegeta on the front cover along with Gohan and Bulma. And then in the top corner we've got Yamcha and Tien, as well as Dodoria and the Ginyu Force and Zarbon. And it really brings out that vibrant, action-packed show and action that you'd expect from the series. The spine again mentions season 2, and it fills in that next little notch on the spine. And it's the same here on the back cover. So the first notch is season 1, the second notch is season 2. Again, same presentation as season 1 with breakdown, and this time the extras include interview with Chris Sabat and Sean, as well as Justin Cook shares his headshot collection, and then the remaining bonus features are the same as season 1, except this time the trailer is for season 2. This time we have 30-something episodes across 4 Blu-ray discs. And again, it uses that same disc artwork that we have for season 1, but this time being for season 2. It's clear, it's presentable, and it looks a lot more better than some of the other releases that have been for Dragon Ball Z. And here we have the Season 2 cover in all of its glory. Next up is the third season, which as you can see features Frieza on the front cover in his final form. We've also got the Namekians in the background along with the remaining members of the Ginyu Force and Krillin. And then towards the bottom, it says Dragon Ball Z Season 3 with the BBFC logo. The spine, again, exactly the same as the previous seasons, but now it's filling in that third notch to say that it's Season 3. The back cover, again, same presentation and layout, as well as a very big synopsis of what you can expect from this third season. The extras on here include interviews with Gen Fukunaga and John Bergermeyer, as well as a Hummer tour with Sonny Strait. Texas opening and closing songs again, which are the same ones that are on season 1 and 2, and then a trailer for this particular third season, which is only about 30 seconds long. This time we've got 33 episodes on 4 discs, and once again the presentation and layout is exactly the same as the previous seasons, where we have the 4-star Dragon Ball artwork for each disc, and then it clearly labeled the actual disc number, the episode listings, and what season it is, which is something that's consistent across the entire set, and it looks exactly the same style-wise, but also different type of information. Season 4 has Future Trunks and Android 18 as well as Android 16, and then towards the background we have King Cold and Mecha Frieza. Then towards the bottom, same presentation again, Dragon Ball Z Season 4. The spine again, exactly the same, but this time it's filling in that 4th notch and listing the episodes contained within. This particular set features 32 episodes across 4 Blu-ray discs, and again, same length of information, but obviously unique to this particular season. And extras include interview with Mafa O'Hara and Daniel Manchilla, as well as From the Fault, Goku vs. Vegeta, and the World of Dragon Ball Z. And then, of course, again, another 32 episodes across 4 discs in English and Japanese. Once more, presentation exactly the same as previous sets, same layout, same style, same presentation, so it's nice that they've got that continuity across all the actual seasons and sets. And if I haven't mentioned already, the bonus features are all on the final Blu-ray disc, which is disc 4. So all the seasons' bonus features will be on that final disc. Next up is Season 5, and we have Android 17 fighting against Piccolo, which was a really cool fight to watch. And in the background, you can just see Krillin holding the remote that will destroy the androids, Super Saiyan Vegeta, as well as that fight beginning against the mini cells in the Cell games. And there's a reason why there's a bit of crossover on each individual season. Season 5 spine, again, same presentation and style, and the same can be said for the back cover, except again, that little notch is slowly moving across to say, hey, you're now on the 5th season of Dragon Ball Z. We get down here to the synopsis, pretty much the same as what we've seen before, but the bonus features are different. So this time we've got interview with Sonny Strait and Meredith Muldoon, as well as a Toei tour, some raw footage of that experience. And this particular set has probably the lowest amount of episodes contained, so we only have 26 episodes across the 4 Blu-ray discs. This time, disc 1, 2, and 3 contain those episodes, so that's where you'll find all your Dragon Ball Z goodness. But the actual bonus features this time are solely on one disc, which is disc 4, again, right at the very back. So one thing you'll also notice as well, that the Blu-ray discs are region A and B, and that's something that Crunchyroll are now doing with most of their UK, US releases, where the UK releases are region B, A and B, as opposed to just being region B, which is kind of interesting to see. Next up, we have Season 6, which has that iconic moment showing the father-son Kamehameha against Cell. So obviously we've got Goku and Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 trying to do the Kamehameha towards Cell, and then we have some mini cells in the back corner. And then obviously towards the bottom, pretty much the same layout as what we've seen previously. The spine, again, same as before, the only difference being that notch moving one more up, as well as the episode listings. And the same can be said for the back cover, where we've got a key character visual related to that season in the top left. In the middle, going at an angle, we have a couple of screenshots, the synopsis to the right, and then the bonus features this time being interview with Eric Vale and Cynthia Krantz. And then we have the Dragon Ball Z trivia, which is a really nice bonus feature, And then again, Texas opening endings and US trailer. And this time we have 29 episodes across 4 Blu-ray discs. Once again, all the episodes contained are English audio with Japanese background music, English US audio, which is basically English uncut audio with the US broadcast music, and then we have the Japanese original mono soundtrack with English subtitles. So by now you're probably getting a little bit bored of potentially me repeating myself saying, hey, look, this is pretty much the same as what we've seen for the previous 5 seasons, but we're still going to carry on. We have season 7, which has Videl fighting Popovich, possibly? I can't remember his name. Goten and Trunks flying, and then Great Saiyaman. We're not going to reveal who he is on the front cover. The spine, again, pretty much consistent with what we've seen so far. Moving on to the back cover, again, we still have that consistency of the artwork and presentation being the same. So we have the 2 characters that, to be fair, they're quite interested to see them on the back cover because while they do serve a purpose, they are quite minor characters. Bonus features this time include interview with Justin Cook and Nathal Harrison, as well as a Dragon Ball Z card game past, present, and future, which is a feature looking at the card game that was released in America. I don't think it hit the UK. But this time we have 25 or 6 episodes across 3 discs, and then the 4th disc is, again, the bonus features that I've just mentioned. Now, the bonus features, as you've probably picked up by now, every season has an interview with an English voice cast member related to the episodes on that disc. And these bonus features are about 20-25 minutes long, so near enough the full length of an anime episode. And it gives you more of an idea of what it was like voice acting for them. Next up, we have Season 8, which has some really cool artwork of Margie and Vegeta. And then we have Deborah and Babidi in the background. And a little tease towards the top right-hand corner of what that could possibly be, as well as these background characters doing their thing, being in the background. But next up, we have the spine. Again, exactly the same. And then the back cover, which this time features Babidi and Deborah. Bonus features this time include interview with Kyle Herbert and Cara Edwards, as well as Dragon Ball Z Coming to America. The Dragon Ball Z Coming to America bonus feature is a really nice, cool, extensive look of what it was like to bring Dragon Ball Z to America back in the early 2000s. And this particular set features 34 episodes across 4 discs. So discs 1 to 3 are absolutely jammed with episodes. And then the 4th disc has a couple of episodes and then the bonus features that I mentioned before. And yeah, again, still consistent throughout. Same layout, presentation. I mean, it would have been nice if they could have used Season 1 with the 1-star Dragon Ball, Season 2 with the 2-star Dragon Ball. They would run out by Season 8 and Season 9, but still been a cool thing to have. And then finally, we have the final Season 9 set that's included in this complete series collection of Dragon Ball Z. So we have Goku doing the Spirit Bomb in the background, Mr. Satan calling for help, and then Kid Buu trying to launch a Kamehameha towards Goku. And then finally, the spine, we have the all 9 notches ticked on the spine and the back cover. So you can clearly say, hey, this is the final season of Dragon Ball Z. And once we get on the back here, it has a visual of Kid Buu, a couple of screenshots that we've seen before, synopsis of this set, and then the extra features being only Texas opening ending songs and the US trailer. And then finally, towards the bottom, it says that there's 38 episodes across 4 Blu-ray discs. Now, here's where things get a little bit interesting. So, when Dragon Ball Z was released in the 30th anniversary set by Manga Entertainment, it had 37 discs for the entirety of the season. And there was a 5th disc included with the final season, Season 9. And that 5th disc had a lot of bonus features, some cast interviews, some exclusive to that anniversary set. And in America, when Season 9 was released standalone, it included that 5th disc. But when Season 9 was released individually in the UK and as part of this complete series set, it's missing that final disc, which is a little bit bizarre. But what I mentioned before about the covers giving you a sneak peek is that if you line up Seasons 1, 2, and 3, Seasons 4, 5, and 6, and then Seasons 7, 8, and 9, it gives you this really nice, cool artwork that depicts that particular series of arcs. If you've been watching this video and thinking, hey, that artwork looks familiar, that's because the artwork being used on this UK edition of Dragon Ball Z, which is on the left, is the same artwork that was used for the original release of Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray in America, with the only difference being the inclusion of a carded sleeve on the US release. Of course, there is some minor differences between the two sleeves. So obviously the UK sleeve has the updated information of the BBSC logo and the Crunchyroll logo being there as opposed to Funimation. But the actual rest of the sleeve is practically identical. It's the same text and information, same screenshot, same layout presentation. A few minor things changed. However, the UK discs feature the 4-star Dragon Ball as the disc artwork and have a lot of information that's clearly readable, listing the season, the disc number, and the episodes. Whereas the US releases had this rather bland two-tone colour of blue and silver, which made it very difficult to read the information on the disc. In other words, the UK discs are a lot better than what the older US releases are. Now that we've looked at the outer packaging of this complete series release of Dragon Ball Z, it got me wondering what content is actually on the disc themselves. And I'm not talking from a episode perspective or a bonus feature perspective. I'm referring to the fact of what version of Dragon Ball Z it will be. We know it's going to be the uncut version due to the amount of episodes that are included, but is it going to be the 16:9 widescreen version, which is the series that used this artwork, or is it going to be the more newer 4:3 aspect ratio version? And interestingly, it's actually the older widescreen version of the series. Now, this widescreen version of the series was originally released in America back in 2013, but has never been released in the UK before. And not only that, the disc presentation of its menu and layout is exactly the same as those original releases back in 2013, except they've been updated to remove any Funimation branding or any Funimation related trailers. If you were to buy this complete series Blu-ray release, you'd actually get the older widescreen version of the series. So I'm quite surprised that there isn't any product information on the back of the box or any more marketing awareness that this is a different product to what was released previously. But it does mean for the first time in the UK, we can now have access to the widescreen version of Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray, which, you know, it's always nice to have options. So, with all that excitement out of the way, this is pretty much what you can expect from the complete series Blu-ray release of Dragon Ball Z, which will be available in the UK on the 2nd of December 2024. And a big shout out to Crunchyroll for sending me a sample of this set so that I could do an unboxing and go into it a little bit more detail for you.